Alright folks, we are into the Ravnica block team draft, and we have a number of options in this pack. There's nothing that stands out to me as super broken, so it's going to be a matter of personal preference. So last time I had a pack like this, I think I probably first picked Benevolent Ancestor. But I don't know if that's something I want to do here. One of the things about Ravnica block is Selesnya is not really a thing. Like if you start with Selesnya, you can't really end up in a 3-color pair. Whereas I could take like Snapping Drake, I could take Lurking Informant. I won't have those problems with those cards. There's also Pollen Bright Wings, but that's like really embracing the not having like 3 colors that'll work out. And because we're only looking at 6 packs, it's going to be, yeah, there will be less fixing, so fewer signets, fewer bounce lands. I'm not taking Thundersong Trumpeter. I don't want to take Pollen Bright Wings. I do think Benevolent Ancestor is good. I do think Lurking Informant's actually really good too. What if I just take the most flexible card in the pack, the Lurking Informant? There's a lot of respect to put on this card to take it pack 1, pick 1, but the pack isn't that crazy. I don't think Cleansing Beam is that good. Go ahead and pick up this Informant. Okay, and Don, yeah, is confirming what I'm saying about there not being consensus. Alright. So, now what are we doing? I think I just want to take Galvanic Arc, really nice removal spell. You don't have to enchant your own thing with it either. You can always enchant the opponent's creature with a Galvanic Arc. Though things can go wrong if they can save it, potentially. Consult the Necrosage is very nice. Lightning Helix, really good. Strands of Undeath, big fan of that card as well. But it's not like Lightning Helix is so much better than Galvanic Arc that I would just take the gold card. Consult the Necrosages is probably good with a Lurking Informant start, but why don't I just take the Galvanic Arc? Nice monocolored removal spell. Very good pack. Much better pack than the one I opened, and I'm curious what was taken out of it. Alright, so what do we have here? Sins of the Past I think does nothing. Scatter the Seeds is solid. Terrarion I think is good. Maybe not great. I could, and I don't think I want to take Screeching Griffin. There's also a Frenzied Goblin, which can be good in really aggressive decks, but most decks aren't really aggressive. So what do I want to take? Do I want to take this mediocre piece of fixing that does smooth my draw? Do I want to take Scatter the Seeds, which puts me into green when, like, I think I really just want to stay open. And Terrarion can just always make my deck. A couple packs here. I think this makes sense. It's kind of a high pick for Terrarion. Okay. And just heard back from someone about that. That's fine. Yeah, let's just take the Terrarion. We don't need Scatter with this start. We don't need Frenzied Goblin in this format. Tattered Drake is good, but maybe can wheel or something. Ooh, Veteran Armorer. Wow, a Boros Guildmage and a... Whoa. This pack must have been insane. What was in this pack? Holy crap, what was in this pack? Okay. I guess I take Compulsive Research. It's just insane card advantage. Like, Boros Guildmage and Veteran Armorer are super sick. But Compulsive... Yeah, I think I'm just going to take it. And then I'm passing another Consult the Necrosages. Man, this pack, what the heck? Like, the 2-drops are so good, but there's also Compulsive Research. Hey, Wacky, good to see you. Yeah, I'm just going to take this. I am so confused. Like, there's a rare missing, so I assume there was a bomb rare. There was probably a Karoo that's now gone. We're taking Compulsive over Boros Guildmage, which is very good, and over Veteran Armorer, and over Consult the Necrosages. Alright, well that's a good pack. What do we want from this? I think Indentured Oath is actually pretty good. Just a 4-mana 4/3, and yes, it does have a drawback, but like, it's only got one colored pip. Fists of Ironwood is nice too, but I don't think we're really doing that. I like Sabertooth Alley Cat more than most people probably, but I think Indentured Oath is just good. Dimir Infiltrator can be nice potentially. Let's take this Oath. Ideally, I think we would play Grixis because we did send a couple Consult the Necrosages around, but we'll keep our options open. We can play any blue-red. And what do we want? I could take Sunhome. It's a very powerful land. It could be kind of hard to swing it. There's Tattered Drake, Strands of Undeath. Both of those are pretty nice. I don't want to take Screeching Griffin. If I'm going to play Jeskai, I should take Sunhome. And then there's Peel from Reality, which I do like as well. Question is, would I rather have the first Tattered Drake in Grixis or the first Strands of Undeath? So they're pretty similar. They're good in different ways. It's worth $3. Should money draft in the Phantom flashback draft? You never know. I feel like I should take this Strands of Undeath. I feel like this gives me outs to potentially not even play blue, or I could like splash blue. I could just be red-black with Lurking Informant and Strands. Put this on the Indentured Oath. I think this makes sense. I pass Tattered Drake, I pass Peel. I like Strands, I think it's good, and I'm not sure about Sunhome for Jeskai, so take the Strands. Alright, now this is my original pack. Nobody wants the Pollen Bright Wings. I could hate draft this, or I could take Convolute. There's also Viashino Slasher. Starting to think maybe I should take the... But there's Thundersong Trumpeter as well. Man, this is so tough. Trumpeter is probably... Well, I guess Pollen Bright Wings is the best card in the pack. But then I could take... The thing is, if I take Trumpeter, I risk waffling a little too much. Convolute is one of those cards that really falls off in the late game. I'm like 0% to be able to cast Pollen Bright Wings, so I think I'm willing to just die to that card if somebody else gets it. So it's sort of a question of, would I rather take... I mean, this can be good for a while. Like, do I need this 2-drop is an important question. It's not really that good at affecting the board. I kind of want to take Thundersong Trumpeter. It does lead me to waffle a little bit here, but it's also just really good. I don't know if I'm going to miss the Slasher that much. Yeah, I think I need to take this Trumpeter. Okay. Well, here I'm maybe just taking Goblin Spelunkers. Just try to stick to red, which for the most part has been open. There's a Centaur Safeguard here, which I don't really care about. And I don't really care about Gaze of the Gorgon, I don't think. Do I care about Nightmare Void? Nightmare Void might be better than I think it is. We already have one discard effect. I think I just want to take the red creature, even though it's an unexciting one. Just try to make sure I don't end up in the totally wrong place. Okay, now it's Screeching Griffin, I think, to go with my Thundersong Trumpeter and probably land me in Jeskai. We haven't seen the, whatever you call it, the Consult the Necrosages wheel. I mean, those should never wheel, but still. Let's take this. Okay, and now what? This is not a very good pack. Smash doesn't really do anything. 5-mana 3/3 might be reasonable. It probably is reasonable. Sometimes you can like blow up a bounce land. I don't think I really care about Sadistic Augur Mage. Just really want to cut red. I think that's going to make the most sense. Do we want this Transmute card? I think I should just take this Alley Cat. Yeah, let's just take this Alley Cat. And Phalanx, I guess. Sure. So we're trying to play Jeskai here. Okay, wow. This is here a little too late. I'm just going to hate draft this thing. I don't need a second alley cat that badly. I was not expecting to double wheel this. And this doesn't really matter. Neither of these really matter. I guess I'll take this. Okay, now there's a Hypervolt Grasp, which I think is very good. There's also Ghost Warden, really nice. And some very good Orzhov cards. Pretty much all the Orzhov cards except for the Signet I think are really high picks. But if you think you could like take the Signet and wheel the Thrall, for instance, then that might be better than doing something else. But I think for me, Hypervolt Grasp is going to make the most sense. Just red enchantment that turns something into a pinger, and I can swing the blue mana in this deck. And I do have some creatures that are actually good to enchant. For instance, the Alley Cat doesn't have to attack each combat if able if you're putting the Grasp on it, which could be nice. Is it Guild Mage? Doesn't really do too much. Yeah, so I think it's a pretty straightforward Hypervolt Grasp, and I'm just passing kind of a bunch of busted Orzhov cards, but not too much I can do about that, I don't think. Alright, more Is It Guild Mages. Ooh, some really good cards now. Ogre Savant, Pyromatics, and Train of Thought, and added complication of Ogre Savant was bugged for a super long time on Magic Online, but I think they fixed it. I think. So, what do I want to take? Do I want to take Pyromatics? Do I want to take Train of Thought? Do I want to try to leave myself open to not playing blue-red? I think with Compulsive and Hypervolt and stuff, I should just kind of plan on playing blue-red. And maybe in that case, I can just pick up the Train of Thought. Pyromatics is very good. But so is drawing cards. Question is, am I ever going to have like triple blue, for instance, for the Train of Thought? Or is it always just going to be like divination at best, or inspiration really? I feel like it is good actually to have Train of Thought, partially as like mana fixing if I'm missing one of my colors, but also, I don't know, I just think digging is really good. Ogre Savant could potentially come around. I think this is okay. I do really like Pyromatics, but we also just got the Hypervolt Grasp. It's not super different. I think it's okay to do this, hopefully. Hopefully. Okay, more Pyromatics. Well, I think this time we'll take it. Vidalcan Plotter can be good for sure. But yeah, let's just take the Pyromatics. Streetbreaker Worm is huge. Sin Striker's Will is kind of funny. But yeah, I think one Train of Thought, one Pyromatics is the right combination of those two. Or configuration or something. Leap of Flame could be an interesting wheel. So far it feels like I'm in the right colors though, which is very nice. Don't always get to have that feeling. Ooh, We Dragonauts. Also, man, this is a good pack. Ghost Warden, Morning Thrall, Is It Signet, and We Dragonauts. All really good. Can I ever expect the Dragonauts to wheel? And how important is the Signet? Because Morning Thrall versus Ghost Warden is not going to be too tricky. It's really a question of, like, is this that good? I don't actually think this is that good. I think this is a card I want to try to wheel. Even though I did just pick up a couple spells and I do have some more and everything like that. Like, I can just take this piece of fixing when I've seen no fixing the entire draft, or I can take one of these 1/1s. I do think Ghost Warden is quite solid. Morning Thrall's good if you can pump it, which this deck doesn't really do. I think this is not normally something I would want to do, but I think I'm in good enough shape on playables, and I have 0 pieces of fixing. I think I can take the Signet over Ghost Warden and Morning Thrall. Yeah, this should just be good a lot of the time. And we might even wheel the Dragonauts, so hopefully this is correct. Alright, Shrieking Grotesque. I am a fan of this card. You don't even need the black mana for it. There's Culling Sun, which is scary. I'm kind of hoping someone will hate draft that. Bloodscale Prowler is alright, but it's not too good. So I do think it's a Shrieking Grotesque for me. Maybe off the Terrarian I can cast it with black mana, but for the most part it's just kind of a 2-1 flyer, which I do think is totally reasonable. Yeah. And just hope I don't get destroyed by Culling Sun, I guess. Sure. Alright, and now this pack. Okay, this pack does have Dragonauts for me. It's getting a little thin to try to wheel that. That said, there is a Withstand that I could take. This pack has been very good for me. This has really felt like my colors are open, which is nice. Even if we haven't gotten anything busted. Okay, so Withstand I do think is good. We Dragonauts I also think is good. And I think Train of Thought's a sorcery, Pyromatics is an instant. This is tough. Because I would definitely like 1 Dragonauts and 1 Withstand. I feel like Withstand should not wheel, and there is another one. And I feel like Dragonauts could. I also feel like taking the Withstand makes future Dragonauts better. But I guess maybe I should just take the Dragonauts because double Withstand gets a little bit clunky, whereas double Dragonauts isn't really that bad. Yeah, I guess I'm taking the Dragonauts. I kind of want to take Withstand. Maybe that's insane. I think I'm going to try it. I really hope I don't end up regretting this. Really, really tough one. I'll try the Withstand. Okay, well this is great for me. Ghost Warden is very nice. There's also Vacuum Melt, which could be a good option too. Do I care about Vacuum Melt that much? I do like Vacuum Melt, but I don't think this deck cares about it that much. I do think Ghost Warden is probably just better for me. And here we get our Flectomancer if we want one. There's not really anything else. I mean, I could take the Mage Mark. Does the Mage Mark really matter though? I don't think it does. I think I will take this Flectomancer. Right, we haven't wheeled the Withstand yet, and we might be coming up on the Dragonauts. Okay, there's this pack, which does have Leap of Flame for me. Don't care about Crystal Seer or any of these, so yeah, let's just take the Leap. Sure. And we do get the Dragonauts. Oh, very nice. Whew. Man, that was a tough pick, that Withstand, but I'm really glad I took it. And now we get the Dragonauts, and we might even wheel the other Dragonauts, and everything's hunky-dory. Nothing bad can ever happen. That's not quite true, but close enough. Just take a random Mage Mark, I think. Bless you. Yeah, let's just take this Mage Mark. And we do wheel the Frazzle as anticipated, but we don't wheel the Dragonauts, but that's okay. Man, it feels good to be in the right colors, don't you guys think? This has been a really tough draft. We've got a Petrahydrox here. Yep. Not sure I'll play it, but like, reasonable card for me. And I guess I'll take Crystal Seer here. Please, something good. Well, I do love a Bounce Land. There's also Minister and Cackling Flames. Those are pretty much the relevant cards from this pack. So I can take a semi-on-color Bounce Land, which helps with my Shrieking Grotesque. Technically can matter for Lurking Informant. I can take this Tapper, which is just good. Or I can take Cackling Flames, which I think is a little bit worse than the Tapper. Problem is there's so many ways to kill the Tapper, such as Pyromatics and Hypervolt Grasp. So I think I want to take the Bounce Land. I haven't gotten any Bounce Lands to this point, and like the black mana is relevant for me. So while it's not double on color, I think it's okay to take this over the interaction. Hopefully this isn't a spew. Okay, and no bounce lands here. Ooh, there is now a Rakdos Guildmage that I might be able to activate. Free Wind, Equinaut, also quite good. So that might have just paid off a little bit. Where did it go? There it is. I don't think the Equinaut's that good in my deck because we're not really enchanting it. But it can be quite annoying for sure. I think just taking this guy, like making goblins is good and it doesn't require you to discard a card. And yeah, I think it just makes the most sense. Crime punishment, sure. Ooh, Isperia. Well, that seems busted if I can cast it. There's also Azorius Signet and Cackling Flames. Oh my gosh, that's tough. Can I cast Isperia? I don't think I can take Signet over Cackling Flames, so I'm either taking Cackling Flames or I'm taking Isperia. This is 5 mana for a 3/6. When it deals combat damage to a player, name a card, they reveal their hand. And then if they have the card in hand that I named, I get to find a flyer. So right now that's Shrieking Grotesque or Wee Dragonauts or Screeching Griffin. I feel like Isperia is very good. I think it's better than Cackling Flames. Yeah, I think I want to try this. It might be asking a little bit too much with the mana, but I mean, it's only 5 mana for a 3/6 flyer. It's just a question of whether I can get my colors right, so I'll give it a try. Also, you just don't get to play with that kind of thing very often, which is always exciting. Alright, here's a nice Seal of Fire, perfect for a pack where I've passed like multiple removal spells. Okay. And let's see, we're passing Stealing Stance, which I do like, and oh, there is Evolution Vat as well, but it's got to be a pretty easy Seal of Fire this time. And wow, more Seals of Fire. There's also Plumes of Peace. I think that's a bit worse, but it is worth thinking about still. So I can take, yeah, second Seal of Fire, or I can take Plumes of Peace. Once again, it's this question of like whether I can wheel Plumes of Peace. There's also a high likelihood that I've put Dawn into red by passing like multiple Cackling Flames and stuff. I kind of want to take Plumes, but I feel like I should try to wheel that. So maybe I do just take the Seal of Fire. I don't think this will wheel. If it does, I'm pretty happy. We can't wheel Seal of Fire though, and we do have a non-zero chance to wheel Plumes, so I think it's okay to do this. I hope. Tough one. Alright, and a Simic Signet. Ooh, Azorius Herald. This is actually good. And there's nothing else for me, so this is very, very easy. This is like the easiest pick of the whole draft. This has been a really hard draft. And anything else this time? Kindle the Carnage, I should probably just remove from circulation. Coiling Oracle's good. We don't really care about the Simic Signet. I don't really care about Riot Spikes, I don't think, not in this deck, so I'll just take this. Do like Squealing Devil a lot, card's quite good, but doesn't really go into our deck. But I think I just hate drafted. I could take Slaughterhouse Bouncer. These cards just don't matter for me, so yeah, let's just remove this from the pack. And I do like Soulsworn Jury a decent amount. Karam can be decent, but I think it's more awkward than it is good. I think I just want to take the Jury. I'm not super excited about this Gatecrasher, but it does blow up my Soulsworn Jury, which is worth noting. But I actually think this is pretty good for this deck. Alright, and now a Stealing Stance, I guess. Ignorant Bliss doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is solid. Maybe not in this deck, but hopefully it at least removes it from someone else. More Stealing Stances. I actually think Demon's Jester is kind of a pain in the butt, so I'm just going to hate draft this rather than take another Stealing Stance. Gobhobbler Rats can be good too, but it's just a little harder to do that. Okay, and then here, do I have enough X4s for this? Slash, is it worth sacking a guy? This might actually be okay in my deck, because I have a 1/4, and then I can make a guy end of turn, and then have it deal 3 to that. I have a 3/6. This, unfortunately, doesn't line up with red creatures the way you want, but I'll still just remove the Moloch from the pack. This doesn't really do anything, right? But this Might of the Nephilim is kind of scary. Play that on the Transguild Career and gives it +10/+10. Yeah, let's prevent people from doing that. Vision Skeins could technically make it. And I think we're looking for like 2 more cards from our pile of stuff over here. And since we are in a team draft, let's create a group DM here. Oh, Cooper's also Jeskai? Alright, wow. We are actually just Team Jeskai. No, I don't want Cat Joy. Alright, I'm curious what you guys would play here as me for my last cards, because I feel like you guys are pretty much done. But I've got Petra Hydrox, Flectomancer, Spelunkers, Leap of Flame, Stealing Stance, Phalanx. Yeah, anyway. Alright. Random 2/4 guy. I don't think Mage Mark's that good. What do we think of Kindle the Carnage? To each creature. I don't know, maybe this is okay. I don't think Leap of Flame is that good. I would rather play Stealing Stance, I think. Flectomancer is probably a sideboard card. Spelunkers I'd prefer not to main deck, so we're kind of looking at these 4, I guess. What do we think about... I wonder if the Phalanx is better here than the Rift Cutter. I actually think this might be the case. Seems pretty good. Just try to cast a Pillar Field Ox. And then maybe just Kindle, and then that's it. Now I mean, if we're all done more or less with deck building, the toughest part now is just mana bases. Isperia is really tough for this deck, I think. But let's see if we can figure it out. So now we're trying to add basics. I never remember how to do that on this website. Oh, you should have been Teamer? Interesting. I feel like I was in the right seat for my deck, but I don't know. Okay, it wants 6. Okay, this is wrong. Yeah, Hussar is really nice, for sure. That's a very good card. Alright. 6/3/6, and that puts me at 15 lands that I'm adding. I need to add 16 lands. How many... What if we just go up an island? How does that look? I really need multiple blue for this train of thought, and multiple blue for Isperia. So 6/4/6, that puts me at 7 red sources here, 8 with the Signet. Blue sources are still pretty low for this deck. I think I want 1 more blue source, if I can swing that, which maybe means going down a mountain. 6 planes, I think, is about right with the Asperia. But I think... yeah, I think I need to go down a red and up a blue. So now... And is this still the right number? Yes, it is. Okay. So this puts me at 7 red with the Carnarium and the Signet, and then 6 blue and 6 white, plus a Terrarian, which I think is just correct. This is also, whoops, I guess this is kind of blue-white, but this is like actually blue-white, the Herald. So, okay. Good enough, I think. Okay, we do have more than enough drafters. And I will keep this. All right. Cool. Oh. Alright, sorry to hear about the snafu. I have 4 white cards in hand and no planes, but we have 6 planes in the deck, and we have Compulsive Research to help me get there. We have my Surveil dude. Oh, nice, we drew the white mana. I think I just get the Trumpeter down because it attacks for the most damage. Alright, let's see. Thrall perhaps come down here. Oh, the Eidolon, okay. I think I just attack with the Trumpeter into this and try to kill it with the Withstand. Yeah, it's just so good if I can use a Withstand. And... sure, I'll just pass. You saw one bad? I'm not sure what that means. Sewer drag, alright. I think I just kill that. Ooh, there's Asperia. Oh, the bat. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so let's just Ghost Warden. Galvanic Arc here. Planes short of casting Asperia. Cooper, please let me know, by the way, like in chat or otherwise, if the thing starts and I'm just not noticing that. Alpha client. I don't know what that means. Demir Guildmage. That's a scary one. Okay. Shrieking Grotesque, but I can't activate. So a pretty easy attack with Thundersong Trumpeter. The opponent does not have a good block. But I think I'm not supposed to pump, because I think leaving the Griffin back with the Ghost Warden allows me to have a good block for the Eidolon. So just get my 2 damage in, shock this, and do this. Alright. So pretty much missing 1 damage to gain 2 life, which I think is worth it. Pillory. Well, unless we're not gaining life. Yeah. And a free wind Equinox. Sure. Okay, doesn't offer the trade. Not sure if that's good or bad for me. Lose a life. Lurking Informant. Not bad. And I think it's pretty risky for them to block. So I think it's okay for me to go for this attack. The Equinox gets pretty scary once it's enchanted as well. So I think this is just fine. Okay, this time we will pump. Cast my Grotesque. Cast my Lurking Informant. And put a stop on my upkeep. And I think since I'm out of gas, I'm just supposed to target myself. The opponent has multiple cards in hand, so just let them do their thing. Alright, what am I looking for with my Informant? Obviously planes would be reasonable. Oh, I didn't take a screenshot. Can we do that now? Yes, we can. Alright, screenshot, Signet. Okay, I don't care about that. But I assume they've got some other action here. Too many cards in hand for them not to. And this is a lot of mana. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so we're now gonna start targeting myself with this. Ooh. Alright. It's gonna be awkward if I find exactly a plains off of this and then have to get rid of it. I think I will do this first. Okay, definitely discard a land card. And now what is the plan? Probably just attack with Shrieking Grotesque. Does that make sense? No, maybe it doesn't make sense. I guess it's reasonable. It's like, it's a question of how much I can pressure my opponent. Like, they have a 3/3. And they can save their guy. They only have 1 card in hand. I guess I can just pump this and try to trade. They'll sack the Eidolon. I think I want to wait for a turn. Like, attacking with this doesn't seem that good. Maybe this is good, though. Tough play. Like, what am I supposed to do? I could attack with both. Maybe that's actually pretty good. Attack with both, I'm coming in for 5. If they trade here, I think that's good for me. If they trade there, I think that's good for me too. Yeah, maybe that actually makes the most sense. Sure. Yeah, I think this actually makes the most sense. Just try to get them while their thing is tapped out. Yeah, I think this is totally fine for me. And I just leave back the Ghost Warden to trade with the Eidolon, I think. Or I can pump to get in 1 damage, but I don't think pumping to get in 1 damage is that good here. I think forcing them to leave back the Eidolon is probably better. Yeah. Like, ideally I could find a Plains, land Asperia, and then Kindle pitching Dragonauts. Asperia survives, everybody else is toast. But they do, like, this thing just being an onboard trick forever is pretty annoying. Okay. No reason to chump. Let's see what they have here. Is my opponent straight black-white? It seems like they might be. Ooh, Unliving Psychopath. That's pretty scary. Destroy target creature with power less than this thing's power. Okay, I mean, Ghost Warden does help against that. Yeah, they can't destroy my... Well, I guess they can blow up Ghost Warden. Huh, maybe that's really bad for me, actually. Okay. Lose a life. I don't think I'm supposed to surveil here. Rakdos Guildmage. I feel like I might need to just Kindle the Carnage, hope to pitch. Because, like, how do I beat this Unliving Psychopath? Gets +1, -1 until end of turn, and then destroy target creature with power less than this thing's power. So they can't make it bigger than a 3/1. I have to figure out what I'm doing here, too. So the opponent has quad black, which is what they need to pump this 3 times and then start killing my guys. I could attack with both and then just Kindle. But it's a question of how many cards I'm going to pitch. And it's probably better to get... Is it better to get a Surveil or damage? I think it's better to get damage. This thing being up is very annoying for me. Yeah, let's just send these guys in there. Okay, they are just going to block there. So now the question is, which one do I pump with a Ghost Warden? Because it is actually good for me if they block. Okay, pump there. So I think I do just pump this. I'm not going to do the math. I'm just going to assume that this is best. And then Kindle. Most likely I get to keep a card here. They'll sack target that. And now if I just find my... If I just pitch Asperia here, then we're just doing great. Okay. Yes. And then we keep a card no matter what now, I think, actually. No. Alright. I think that was pretty good for me. We now are just a Plains away from Asperia. We're up 5 life. The opponent has 1 card in hand. Not sure how many flyers I have left for Asperia, though. Okay, they have more. That's bad. Jund. Okay, that makes more sense. Demon's Jester. Alright, can we please find land for Asperia? Plains. We didn't, but we did find a good card. It's like pretty much impossible that I would be able to name a card in their hand anyway, though, so it should be fine. Yeah, actually, speaking of, while we're waiting here, oh, ready check? Sure, I guess we're doing a draft with 7. Do you guys want to just start throwing out names that you think I should name against seemingly straight up black-white here with my, my Asperia? It's going to be relevant in one turn. I think the opponent returned a plains to hand. I just have to check. Yeah. I don't even know what flyers I have. I guess... I think I'm out of flyers, actually. All my flyers are gone. Why? Screeching Griffin, whatever. Zask. Yeah, that's right, Opa. Good to see, by the way. Plains. Oh, Culling Sun. Alright. And I have no flyers left to get. Alright, I will hold this land for fun and pass. I'm just gonna F6. Oh, nice. And now we have Pyromatics. Culling Sun. Sure. Yeah, I guess they actually have to do this, huh? But I still just win if I draw Mountain. Oh, they don't have white mana up. Riot Spikes. Interesting. Alright. I could play Frazzle. I think I'm playing all the right cards here, though. Could be Petrahydrox, maybe? I don't know. Okay, this is a keep in this format. Opponent chose to play first. That's very unexpected. Have to play Mountain here and pass. And opponent does this and passes. We don't hit the white mana, but we do have Compulsive. Does this make me discard? It actually does, right? Compulsive makes me discard on the draw. Dimir, Guildmage. Don't love that. Okay, but we do find the white mana. So I'm just going to run out the Trumpeter immediately, so I don't end up having to discard. And just pass. I assume this guy's toast. Target player discards. Okay, I don't need all these islands. You got me. Yeah, target player discards is not what you want to do with your turn against me in this spot, but the opponent can't really know that, so... Ooh, there's Azorius Herald. Alright, so what we're going to do is attack, offer the trade again with the Withstand. Opponent probably can't afford to take it, and then we're just going to play Island, and it's fine if they make me discard the other one. Alright. I have to watch out for Culling Sun a little bit, but should be fine for the most part. This. can just F6 now. Okay, Herald's dead. That's fine. Let's see if they have land make me discard. No. Okay, they're gonna do this. And that guy. Alright. Ooh. Well, I guess now the time has come for Hypervolt Grasp, and I need to play land so I can pick it back up. Tap a little bit better. Grasp. Ping your guy. Pass. Discards a card. Alright. We will discard Withstand. Here, I think I just Pyromatics this. We can start with the compulsive targeting myself. Discard a land. Alright, what did we get? Hit by Seal of Doom. That's okay. And now we have mana for the Indentured Oath. Okay, and now I have no packs. And let's just bolt this. Actually, do I want to first strike this, or do I want to first strike the flyer? I don't really know. I think it's this. Yeah, because the flyer's easier to kill. So enchant this. Blow you up. Oh, shoot. Done. That's fine. Go. Ooh, yeah, this is not ideal. We do find Seal of Fire. That's pretty nice. Bink your dude, and now get in there. Culling Sun. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Losing life. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. Okay. Play Plains for double white for Asperia and pass. Don't need triple red or anything. 3/3. That's fine. It's actually a pretty big problem, but it's fine. Ooh, and there's the Asperia right on time. Nice. Do this, and then this, and that. And pass. Hope they can't kill that. Okay, they play a Scary Guy, and it's a 4/3. So we can't tutor anything with this. Screeching Griffin. I guess I have to hope that I can kill them with Screeching Griffin, because I can't really attack with my Asperia. What are the team draft teams and records so far? I'm on a team with the Smashers, who's here in chat, and also on a team with Cooper, who is not in chat because he's in the draft with me, which is chaotic, of course. I think I'm about to be 1-0, probably. Okay, Terrarian does enter tapped, that's fine. Yeah, opponent's flooding out. We're doing just fine. Ghost Warden, that's nice. Let's do this. Crack it for like red, black, doesn't really matter. Find nothing. Black. Attack with both now? I don't think I need to. Do I? Like, I'm taking so much damage on the crackback. I guess you're talking about the 2-turn clock. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you were right. I haven't looked at this pack, but I have a minute. Okay. Alright, we'll do it again. Alright. Yeah. I think it's worth it. Okay. Please don't make me choose a thing. Alright. Okay, we win. Hooray. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna mulligan this. Don chose to play first. It's interesting. Keep this. Throwback island. And we should be all set. Okay. Mountain, Terrarion, go. Did I miss anything in chat during all this? Wait, there was also a mountain cycler for your 2 surveil lands. Oh, did I miss that? Oops. Thank you for letting me know, though. Alright, nice 2-drop to draw here. Cycles something or whatever. Yeah, basically cycles. And Carnarium. I think I'm supposed to Carnarium this turn. Cool. That's fine. We Dragonauts. I think I just play that. A little bit choked on blue. Yeah, seems fine. Blind Hunter. Alright, a little bit annoying. Alright, let's see what happens here. Ooh, Seal of Fire. Nice draw. Fire off the compulsive, target me. Alright, pitch a land. Yeah, I should be winning this by a lot, I think. And I think I just killed Blind Hunter. And attack. Alright. You can bonk me for 2, Don. I won't do anything about it. Did this... Exile it, haunting target creature. Did the haunt not trigger? Okay, well Don's card is bugged, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Don can worry about that. Okay. Double blue. That should be useful. So I think I just keep We Dragonauts back. So this turn we're going to go tap white, tap Carnarium, Grotesque. Done. Target you. Land. White creature. Other guy. Stuff. Pass. Alright. What is this all about? I guess I block. I don't really know. No, I'll just take the damage. I feel like you don't make this attack unless you have a trick, and we have Guild Mage that we can just use, so it's fine. Yeah, this should be totally fine. I don't think I'll need Kindle the Carnage. I guess I can always pitch a card off Terrarion as well if I need to. I do want to make a land drop this turn. Land. Okay, now we go to combat. Attack with this and pass. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. Do this. Pass. Alright. Let's see what the opponent has. Morning Thrall. Feels like they're pretty dead. Yeah, it seems like they agree. So now end of turn we make a goblin. There's Azorius Herald, which we can also cast. Yeah, so I think we're just handily winning. Opponent takes it. Cool. Alright, and we have Soulsworn Jury, we have Kindle the Carnage, we have our Rakdos Guildmage activations. Sure, repeal that. You got it. It's actually kind of nice to have another guy in hand, have a little bit more flexibility with this. I think I'm just going to discard this Kindle the Carnage. Maybe this was bad. I don't know, I tapped out of the counter for no reason. Yeah, it was probably bad. I was just supposed to take the damage, I think. Okay, but looks like we're not really getting punished. Yeah, double Minister. Good, but not a big deal. I don't really care about Withstand. Let's see. Just replay the Dragonauts. Attack with these two. And this time I will just pass. Okay, tap my guy so the Morning Thrall gets in. That's fine. Tap the other guy. Sure. I'm confused why tappers are being used this way. I'm just gonna take the damage. Don't I just make a guy and then my opponent like almost loses? Okay, they have a multicolored spell, hopefully not a Wrath. Please no more Culling Sun. Plumes of Peace. Okay, that's fine, I think. Yeah, I think the opponent almost just loses here. In fact, they might just be dead. Alright, here we go. Make a guy. Untap, do this. Withstand, 2 damage, draw a card. Yeah, okay, opponent just scoops, that works. Alright, so we're in good shape. And I think I just... Yeah, I think I just run this back probably. I mean, we can think about it a little bit, but we're in pretty good shape here. Playing against like Esper Control, pretty much. We have a bunch of pinging effects and stuff. We have Pyromatics and Hypervolt Grasp versus this opponent. Seems really good. What did their removal spells look like? Let's just go back and look. I think it was, again, mostly the tappers, but if they had a lot of instants and sorceries, I could play like the Flectomancer. Yeah, they kind of just... I mean, we had a nut draw as well, and their card was bugged. Bugged against them, I should mention. Multiple bounce spells. I don't know if I really want to sack a Flectomancer to mess up a bounce spell, though, so let's just try again. Nice, great draw. double red, double blue, which both matter before my double white. And yeah, this is just a great start. All right. Let's see what they have here. Probably just the tapper. Guild Mage, okay. Yeah, I think it's definitely good to play Seal. Ooh, there's a Rakdos Guild Mage. I can't cast that unless I play Mountain. I think it's worth it to wait on the Carnarium, though. And I don't want to trade these, so we're just going to prevent their guy from attacking. Should be totally fine. And this is a spot where we're rewarded for playing the Seal, by the way, because, like, you know, we just spent double red this turn. We wouldn't have been able to play it for free. We're spending all of our mana, sort of, every turn. Opponent gonna go to combat first. Also don't like playing Guild Mage. Well, sounds like we would have navigated these games a little differently, but I'm not too worried about that. Just don't know if I'm that worried about activating it directly. This is kind of annoying, but we'll figure it out later. Alright, just passing. Should have some attacks starting next turn. Sure, but like this way is just so nice and mana efficient. Like all of our stuff's already developed. Next turn we can like make a 2-1. Let's see. Speaking of, let's go to combat. Yeah. Combat, and then which one do I want to stop from attacking? I guess it's this one. Okay, opponent goes for this. I think I just block, and then they spend some kind of trick, then I just use the Seal of Fire. Interesting. Maybe I messed up by doing this. Blind Hunter. I guess I did not mess up. That's good. Alright, and just pass. And we'll just do this. Play Bounce Land. Pick up Mountain. Combat. Attack with this, and then I think the Oath gets in there as well. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, opponent takes 6. I like that. And now we just... I guess we know they have repeal and stuff, so I kind of want to use this right now. Alright, and we're going to stop one of their guys from attacking. Like, we should probably just be in great shape. Combat. Prevent you from attacking or blocking, so then if they send in the Guild Mage, the Oath can still keep getting in there. I guess still keep is redundant, but it's fine. All right, Signet, and then Otter Sanctuary and Winston Bloomborough packs. Oh. I'm confused what Otter Sanctuary means. Oh, I see. Okay, it took me a really long time to figure out what you meant, but I understand now. That'd be fun. No, they killed my guy. Okay, but it's fine that they killed my guy. Alright, we have plenty of guys that we don't need in play here. And at this point we just want to play defense and try to kill off all their guys. So we'll just do that. And once again, I just want to play around them having a bounce spell to save their guy. So let's just immediately do this. We don't need all these mountains. Goodbye. And just pass. We are not in great shape on life total, but it feels like they didn't have a ton of action. Okay. Let's see if Don can mess me up here. Four mana, at least. Orzhov Signet into anything? Yes, there's more stuff. Hope it's just another Signet or something that doesn't matter. 3 mana. Tapper? Ooh, draw 2. Okay. This thing is so useless. Okay. Soulsworn Jury, very nice. When I'm on 7 mana as well. Let's see if it resolves. Does... yeah, I have to kill this now. Well, I guess I don't have to, but I really should. Don't need triple blue. Okay. And they just have nothing. I do like them having nothing. We don't need this Signet for any reason. So now we just alpha. And I just take it. I like that as well. Yeah, so we're just crushing here, I think. Yeah, opponent's flooding. Okay, hey Cooper. Super high percentage to be 2-0 here. Oh, I mean, I don't know what's going on with the Smasher, but it's hard to imagine that I would lose this, but you never know. It takes it. I'm not sure, but yeah. I could have... Oh, you have a Galvanic Arc, Cooper? Very nice. I think that was either Dawn dropping or something like that, which would make it very hard for the team to win. So hopefully Cooper will just win this, and then it won't matter. So we can spectate Cooper's match. The Smasher and I can give some input. Got a nice number of viewers. Hope you guys are enjoying today's stream. And yeah, it looks like we might get there. Team Jeskai / Team America in this RGD draft. Pretty sweet stuff. Let me grab my screenshot of my deck, which will hopefully be relevant. Isperia didn't actually do anything, even though we were able to correctly name cards with it multiple times. We were out of flyers in the game where that happened. Okay, yeah, this is looking pretty good for Cooper. Civic Wayfinder on the opposite side of the board, but here we have basically an attack for 5 with the Slasher. I assume we're not going to do anything else with the mana, but Cooper knows the spot better than I do. What? I am not American, says the Smashers. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about all of us drafting red, white, and blue. You just get lumped in with the 2 Americans, and we act like like that's what the team's all about. Cooper, is this game 2 or 3? I figure you can probably just answer in chat. 9 minutes on your clock. I'm going to assume this is game 3. Game 2, okay, and you're up a game, so that's excellent for us. The only, yeah, you were drafting probably a little bit more accurately than me too. So Drooling Grudian is unfortunately a pretty big problem, but Cooper does have a lot of cards in hand. Did we miss a land drop? Seems like we may have missed a land drop, but we'll know the answer to that in a second. Oh, I should mention this as well. If anyone watching the stream wants to join the draft, I mean, obviously this draft is already in motion, but future drafts that we run in my server, the Cuban Chaos server, might not be named for flashback drafts, but they also happen there. Oh wow, and this is just super sick. There's the Drake Familiar Galvanic Arc combination that Cooper was describing before, and this is, yeah, this is just kind of gross. Oh, we're we're not even gonna replay the Storming. Yeah, pretty much, Opa, right? Not even gonna replay the Galvanic Arc. We're just gonna peel from reality. Oh, that's even better because now played around Twister pretty well this game, you think? Yeah, that makes sense. And then you now have opponents at 5 life. You have whatever you call it in hand. Drake Familiar plus the Galvanic Arc, so that's 6 points of burn. If you get to untap with a pinger, that's additional points of burn. That's pretty much lights out, I think. Tidewater and Ogre Savant, nice. Yeah, this kind of looks like a wrap, huh? I guess we got there, you guys. That's awesome. Well, that's great for me as well, because I'm gonna have to end the stream in just a few minutes. But hope everybody's enjoyed watching. I'd like to go over my draft log if I had time. Maybe I can do that for like 5 minutes or so, because we did have some tough picks toward the beginning, and I do feel good about how I drafted. There's a Gruul Scrapper, so we're just going to play blockers. No stream ending. Yeah, I don't want to end the stream either, but unfortunately I have to go do real life things. Which are also fun, and I can't really complain, but, you know. Okay, are we going for... Yeah, we can go over the log briefly. Of course, it'll be there in the VOD as well. Boom. Look at that. The old Viashino Slasher for 4, and the Viashino, whatever it's called, for 5. Yeah, real life things, I know. Kind of weird, Opa. Well, alright, and so I believe that is a win for Team USA here.